So I had a great lesson yesterday and today in trusting that Spirit is looking out for me and that everything is working out for me. So I'm on vacation and we're on a road trip and we've been traveling in Florida and Georgia and such. And we had the choice a couple days ago which direction to go, and we chose to come up from the Everglades area to St. Pete to stay with a friend for just one night, and then we were going to move on from St. Pete to Savannah, Georgia. And so I had made a reservation at a pretty nice like boutique hotel in Georgia. It was going to be the big splurge of the trip, where we were going to spend a little extra and stay someplace that was, a little bit slightly over the top in Savannah, Georgia, which I just, have this super romantic notion that it's, and I think it probably is, a very beautiful city. And, I wanted to stay someplace that wasn't a cookie cutter box hotel. Kind of wanted to be in the historic downtown area. So, I went quite a bit over our budget for this vacation for this place. Full disclosure, it's probably not out of a lot of people's budget, but it was $245, which for me was a little bit out of our family's budget, for sure. So, anyhow, made the reservation. When my partner and son woke up, I was very excited. I said, guys, we're gonna have this really great place. It's gonna be really nice in the historic area, Savannah. So we'll go and stay with my friend for the night. And then in the morning, we'll leave as early as we can get out. And we'll drive and we'll have the afternoon and evening in Savannah. And seemed like a great idea until yesterday when we were in the car driving to St. Pete's, Florida. I checked my email, and the email confirmation said that I had been charged $564 for the room. And of course, I slightly panicked because truthfully, $564 feels out of my budget range right now. So I got a little panicked. So I called immediately. I wrote an email to the booking site and immediately wrote an email to the hotel itself and waited for their subsequent replies. And at first it did not seem like an easy solution. The booking site was asking for documentation that I was quoted, the price I was quoted. And, of course I didn't screenshot every step of the way. I'm in my car, whatever. The reservation is for tomorrow. I'm like, how much, So I got a little crunchy about it. Got a little snappy with my partner about it. Got a little distracted about it, and continued to just proceed through the steps. Called my credit card company, called, emailing, kind of being as polite as I can, but also sort of demanding that, that this get taken care of, that I get refunded, cancellation, etc. So anyhow, my partner said, it's gonna work out. And I was like, yeah, it might, but still, I was like defending being angry about it. So long story short is, it did work out. And within, I would say, probably less than an hour and a half of discovering the mistake, I had been refunded my entire refund. We canceled the cancellation, and we're like, whatever. We'll make a plan B, whatever. We'll figure it out. We're at St. Pete now. We're with my friend. She is one of my favorite people in the world, but hanging out with her, she's not the kind of friend who I could like walk into her house and say, I gotta get on my computer and search for hotel rooms. Nor is she the kind of friend I would want to do that with. I want to be with her. I want to be here. in Florida, you know, in St. Pete with her. So we get to last night and we were going to bed, and we don't have a plan for today. We don't have a plan to leave. We don't have a plan where we're going to go, where we're going to stay. And we woke up this morning and we looked at each other and we were like, what are we going to do? And I was like, you know, not for nothing, but it feels really good to be with her, to be here in her house, which is not fancy. It's a trailer. It's a trailer. It's perfectly lovely, but it's not fancy. It's in a trailer park that's perfectly fine, but not fancy. And I tell you what, we were as comfortable there as we've been anywhere else on this trip. So fun to be with her. She is just such a fun human for me to be with, and for my son to be in her presence like this for a good amount of time and get to know her. My partner, like, they didn't know her. So it was such an easy answer to just say yes to staying with her. And we have spent the morning in our PJs, just drinking coffee and laughing and telling stories. And it's the middle of the afternoon and we're finally gonna get out of the house. And you know what? I know that there is no place else I'd rather be today. There's no way I'd be having more fun anywhere else. And I know that universe or spirit caused that to happen because I was not listening, you know, to some inner guidance that was saying, just take the path of least resistance and stay with your friend for an extra night. Enjoy being in St. Pete with her, enjoy her company, and don't worry about bagging another destination, you know. And now that I'm here, I can see in hindsight that was a universal, listen, this is crude, but I call it a universal cock block. It was like, no, that's not what you're doing. You're not going to Savannah, Georgia and staying in this hotel. You're gonna go and hang out with your friend and just be relaxed and not rush and enjoy her company. So the point of the story is, you know, yeah, I have a lot to learn about listening to my inner guidance, but I do have a prayer, a constant prayer that I run all the time, which is, you know, to be guided into what is best with whom and how. And so this is how the universe spirit chose to guide me this way. It chose to block me from doing something that was not right for me to do, and to make it very easy for me and my family to do what was the right thing to do. And so, you know, the moral of the story is, if I could have done anything differently, if I wasn't able to listen to my intuition if I wasn't getting the ping about staying with her for an extra night, then at least what I could have done to save myself a little bit of stress is I could have not freaked out yesterday. Hindsight being 2020, okay, maybe I can apply this lesson to the future. But I think it's a great example in such a gentle manner of, you know, how things are always working out for us. And we really need to trust that a lot of times when something that seems like a pain in the ass, or seems like it's not good, or not, you know, we feel like it's unjust, like that shouldn't have happened, that's like poor business on the part of the booking. This is just the universe looking out for me. And so I am so thankful for that incident with being overcharged for that hotel. And I feel so grateful to be exactly where I am, with whom and how, and in such a easy, welcoming way. So just a little story of inspiration about how everything is always working out for us, and how sometimes when something seems like it's a problem, it's actually a boon, a benefit, and a blessing. Now, there is a deeper layer of the story, which I am not getting into right now because I don't have it unraveled yet, but there is a layer of scarcity here too, scarcity story that That's a deeper one. That's a deeper one, and I'm working on that one too. But for now, I think this is a pretty good one. So anyhow, I hope this, hope this will give somebody a ping at some point in the future when you are perhaps in a situation that feels like, it's going against you or what you want, or bad business, or something that seems like a fault of somebody else or something else, or hassle. I hope that this will provide some inspiration, and maybe you can skip the step of being stressed out and getting a little undone around it, and just allow for the blessings to flow in. If you got anything out of this video, please kindly do all those things, like it, you could subscribe, you could leave a comment. I appreciate your time, and I hope you got something out of this. Thank you so much.